Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I apologize if you're getting bored of this like plain white t-shirt and eye look combo. This is the third video that I am filming today, but I'm just too lazy to go and change my shirt, so here we are. Anyways, I did want to give you an update on my Pan That Palette project that I've been working on. I didn't do an update last month because life got just far too busy, so I'm 2 months behind, so let's do this. If you'll recall, I've been working on the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I started this project at the beginning of the year and I have slowly been making some progress on my way through it. I don't really have any specific goals in mind. Certainly I don't think that I'm going to use up the entire palette, and frankly I am really hitting that burnout point. So let's just back it up and take a look at where I was at the beginning of April, which was the last time that I did an update. Okay, and here is what the palette looks like currently. So as you can see, I have made some additional progress on it. I've hit pan in the shade Activist, and I've certainly grown the pan in Flower Child and Funny Girl. I had really hoped to hit pan on that cream shade Charmer, but it has not happened yet. I will say that there is a very good dip going on in Charmer. I'm not sure, is it Charmer? Yeah. I'm not sure if the camera will be able to pick it up or not, but there is quite the dip going on there, so I expect that I will hit pan on it fairly quickly. I also have some good dips going on in all of the shadows here and in this one down here. I honestly don't think I've used either one of these in like the last 2 months. I've just given up on those ones entirely. So people who can dedicate themselves to a single eyeshadow palette, my hat is squarely off to you because I cannot do that. I have been very good about consistently using these two shades here for setting my eyeshadow primer, but aside from that, I don't often reach for this palette. I do try to remember to use this one, particularly if I'm just throwing something in the crease and then maybe putting some brighter eyeshadow under the lower lash line, or just doing a very low makeup look and just defining my crease and then putting on some mascara and away I go. But I still think that hitting pan on this middle or the second row here, this row here, is a long way off. So I'm going to keep trudging ahead with it, but I think at this point I'm going to stop doing the monthly updates and maybe switch to every 2 months, simply because I don't anticipate having an awful lot of progress to show on a month-to-month basis. I am going to keep working away, particularly at this shade Charmer, because pan is so close, and I would really like to see pan in at least one of these shades. Probably this one is the most realistic. This one also has quite a good dip going in, and I think it comes down to the different type of brush that you use. These ones here were quite easy to bore a hole down into because I used them for filling in my eyebrows, so I was able to just use a very small surface area and just really focus on that, and it just kind of bored right down. Whereas these shades here I tend to use on a fluffier brush, so it's really just skimming the entire surface of the pan and not in any like concentrated area. When I use this shade or even this darker one over here, it tends to be on a more precise brush because I'm just using it under the lower lash line or in the outer corner, so I think that's where that groove is coming a bit quicker. So I'm going to keep working away on it, but like I said, I'm probably not going to do monthly updates anymore, just every 2 months. Ideally, if I could hit pan in half of this palette, I would be just over the moon by the end of the year. So we'll see, but I'm also not going to be particularly disappointed in myself if I don't, because I've made it to month 5, well, technically I guess 6 months, and haven't thrown it out the window yet. So in and of itself, I'm very impressed by that. So just a short little update just to tell you where I'm at with the palette and what my plans are for this particular project going forward. that is it. That's all I've got to say today. You guys have been really great at giving me some tips and advice on how to pan palettes and how not to go insane doing it. And I think just sort of focusing on one shadow at a time is the key, and then just using all the other shadows that I have, because if I just devoted myself to this, I would feel very neglectful of the rest of my collection. So there it is. That is my update. That's all I want to say today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.